listening audience. I am one of your two people today in another Toonkind FPS. I am V Wild, and I will be playing the monkey, our wonderful precious monkey who we adore and treasure, and we're doing some fluff with. She needs fluff.
She needs some fucking fluff after fighting a literal deity. What the fuck, Lynn?
We did not mean for this to happen. Apparently, sometimes you just have to punch a god in the face and call it a coward. It certainly goes interesting.
Uh, so
It was
now we
not
have some scheduled monkey maintenance.
Yep, it was not Lynn's fault. This is going to happen several days after that. She has been to therapy. She has sorted herself out. She has handled herself and she has made plans to basically yeet that case to high heaven. That
Good.
is, it is high angst, high stakes, high rating, high time I get a different job.
Lynn, you need to go into retirement, honey.
Funny you should say that. But anyway, so, and because my fabulous, wonderful, incredible you are one of my favourite people in the world. May you introduce yourself, please?
Eh. I. Hi. I'm the person who's currently flustered. Um, my name is Gail, aka Whirlwind Gale, aka Whirl. I'm here playing, uh, He Who Funky Lawyer Bird.
My favourite whirly bird and my favourite crow lawyer. Best of TikToks.
Call, motherfucker. I'm
Oh, you've delighted me. You've delighted me.
I'm playing the He Who Funky Unreality Bird. Just don't worry about shit. We're vibing.
We're
Um,
vibing. We're
yeah.
vibing and we're getting them both soft because, dear God, they've been through it. Speaking of, I'm going to roll in die on here.
1 second.
Hey!
Wait, guys. I need us to stop. 1 second.
We have got an intermission. Which also reminds me, I need to get up one of Lynn's sheets. I have found it. Mission success. We are on temporary ad break. You cannot see it, but I am doing a very awesome dance. Picture the most awesome dance. I am doing it. Are you suitably impressed? You should be.
Okay, hi. I'm back. Hello. Sorry. Oh, wait, no. Forgot to unmute my mic. There we go. Hi, I'm
Yay!
Hi, I'm sorry. I had to take care of a thing. I really hope that didn't pop up on my recording. Basically, I got in trouble for not cleaning up the lint trap when I did my laundry because I'm forgetful and brain is
God bless.
Swiss cheese lately. Where were
The
we? What
best.
were we doing?
We were just doing the introduction stuff, so everything is fantastic. I rolled Lynn's die. Lynn had dreamless sleep last night, so she's doing good.
Fucking superb. I already rolled Lethe's bullshit. Good
Indeed.
news. Positive Dreamland. She took a visit to the Mythology AU in her dreams. Uh, Not so great news. She rolled a fucking 11 on
Oof.
being aware of where she is, so she might be a
Mhm.
bit out of it. Don't worry about it.
Indeed, God's bless her. Literally, in another time, in another universe, there are God's blessing her going, eventually, if we bless her enough, good things will happen. Bless.
Indeed.
But in this universe, in this time, there's a certain monkey aunt slash big sister. Monkey goes with monkey aunt. Just she sits here and she's just going, I have not checked in on my TikTok in too damn long. I'm gonna pay him a visit. In her shit post. I abandoned my bird. I abandoned my bird.
Yeah, see, we meant to have this FPS a lot sooner, and we just never did it.
No, real life is a bitch sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Some
so Lynn,
sometimes one of you is forgetful and the other is busy and shit just falls by the wayside, so we're here now.
yes. And sometimes a monkey gets up and goes, okay, I gotta go over there. Right, picking now! And she gets up and she go noom.
But
And she checks a few places just like, okay, are you at the Ghost Host Cafe? Nope. Hi Phasmas, bye Phasmas, noom. Checks, probably picks up some pastry, like skids to a halt, rushes back in, gets the favourite things of Lethe's and something for herself and just like the mint julep, I think is what you've called it before.
mint julep, yeah, that's one of Lethy's favorite cold drinks.
Just grabs that, grabs a grabs some sort of muffin or a biscuit that she likes, grabs one for herself, grabs two for herself, shoves one in her mouth immediately, salutes Phasmus, runs out.
Lynn just running like the anime girl with the toast in her mouth.
I have seen students from the medical building do that before. Once with a whole baguette, that was a sight.
Oh, God, I wish I had your life.
It's certainly chaotic. But
Hmm.
yeah, Lindsay had the thoughts of just, okay, where would she be? Oh, she'll be back at home. Now, is that home in Fremo? I cannot montage. I'll try it. I'll try at the hotel first, and then I'll scare the peck out of Raph. New.
And off you go.
And the great thing this time is Lynn doesn't have to go to the front desk and go, "Hi, is she in?" Lynn can just go, "I know which window that is. I
Yep,
can climb."
that is the advantage of having someone stay in the same place for as long as they have existed is eventually you just learn which window belongs to them.
Mm-hmm. And so Lynn has just very gently put all the stuff that she's brought, put it in a nice safe place in her coat, and has absolutely scaled this place like the goddamn spider monkey she is.
Spider monkey, does whatever a spider monkey does.
Do 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 do. Heck yeah! And so she's got to the window, and she's, you know, that one jokey thing of just she's monkey crouched, hands up to the window, and there's a slight tonk as she puts her head to it. Just, can I see in?
Well, that depends. Is she at the window or is she on the balcony?
Hmm. I think she'd be on the balcony because it's comfy there.
Yeah, she hops up onto the balcony. You know, she's been on the balcony before. There's a good amount of shit there. It's just or honestly, it's not as cluttered as it usually is, honestly, cuz usually, you know, you've got at least a couple different law books out here at any given time. You've got
Mhm.
um you've got all your usual jazz. But right now it's just the table and two chairs. And then you look into the sliding glass doors. Roll me perception.
I am rolling perception. Lynn, you did not need to roll this, but okay. What does a monkey's eyes see with nat 20 plus 8?
Jesus Christ! Okay!
The monkey keeps doing this.
Monkey keeps seeing all. Monkey just perceive. Perception monkey.
This
Vision.
monkey this monkey is wired 24/7 and is basically training herself to notice all.
Lynn, that's slightly concerning, but we're just gonna
But with
pat
her
you on
life, not
we're
with her life, it's not.
we're just gonna pat you on the head and keep going. Um Basically, Lynn looks through like the sort of pocket that she can see in through into the fucking hotel room. I can words.
You're so
Uh,
valid.
I can English. I swear, I'm smart. I have brains.
You have brains.
I can't promise that they're not made of Swiss cheese, but I have brain
Well, if you
somewhere.
keep well, if you keep saying they're made of cheese, I'm gonna get hungry for cheese, and then we're both in trouble.
Please don't eat my brain. I need that.
But consider cheese.
But consider, I need to live.
Very true. You have made the incredible argument, and I shall release the cheese.
Please, I like life. I choose life. I want to be alive. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, you are so valid, and we love you. You are allowed to live. Now we continue.
But anyway, Lynn looks through this kind of pocket where the curtain is pulled aside, and can see into the hotel room. First thing you notice, it's kind of dark in there. Which isn't anything new exactly. It's been kind of dark for the last month or so, but that was because Lethe wasn't there. Right now, it's not as dark as it has been. You can see the light of a couple different candles throughout the room. Um, but it's interesting because she doesn't seem to have turned the overhead lights on. Um, she seems to be keeping it pretty dim in there.
Hmm.
Um, you can see kind of like you kind of do a bit of funky angling and whatnot to try and like get the best sweep of the room. Um, you notice that the bed looks different. Uh, there is a pile of blankets on that bed. At first it looks like just a pile, and then you kind of squint a little bit and you realize no, there's a method to that madness. There's a pattern there. Oh, that's a nest.
Aha. TikTok, wonderful bird she is. She has developed nesting habits.
Pretty much. Um, you also notice with that roll, um, Lethe has never been any stranger to decorating her walls with notebook paper and string, much in a similar way to your own boards, except she just does it on the fucking walls. She got permission from the people who run the hotel, and she just started using the walls as a caseboard.
I love her. This is Lynn voice and V1 voice. I love her so picking much.
Um, there are new notes on that board. New notes that are not in Lethe's usual. Well, honestly, none of them are in the handwriting you're used to. They are. Lethe's handwriting before was not fucking legible. It was literally toddler scribbles.
Mm.
'Cause, when you don't speak common, or when you don't read or write common, and you write echo, which doesn't, well, didn't, as far as you know, have any kind of scripted script, um, you just kind of scribble and you get your thoughts out. But now, that handwriting seems to have turned to a sort of complex network of dots and lines and loops that actually seem to have a pattern. Several of the dots are empty, while several of them are colored in various colors. Some of them, a lot of them, are colored in black. But there are others that have recurring colors like red or gold or green. Um, and what really catches your eye from these new notes is an absolute overabundance of illustrations. Lethe before was no stranger to doodling in the margins of her work, but now her notes are essentially accents to full illustrations that take up whole notebook pages. So this, you know, case board that she always has built on her wall looks less like a case board and more like almost like somebody's taken the pictures out of a picture book and taped them up on a wall and is trying to figure out the order of a story. If you want to figure out more about what that story might be, you'd have to look closer, which would require an investigation roll, but yeah, that's what you get with a nat 20.
Lynn is intrigued. Like, straight up, Lynn is looking at this and just going, she's looking at this and seeing Echo development. And she was already interested in Echo. Like, Lynn, straight up, really likes and is interested in languages. I mean, she has multiple languages to her name, and basically every form of sign language and Morse to her knowledge in her, because she absolutely went for it. And she watched this baby learn that this baby taught her this language, and she's watched this language now develop further. Oh, she is fascinated. She wants to know it. She wants. She wants. Like, there is full on just. She's been looking around the room, and she was looking at fire hazards, candles. Okay, dark room, possibly medical, possibly comfort, possibly sleeping. Don't know. Nest. Bless her. She needs comfort. Writing. Oh. And so she is full on gone from investigating to basically it kind of looks like monkey pressed up against the thing of a candy store. You know the little kid with the candy store? She is there just going, oh, language. Language. Language.
She's sitting there doing the tail swishies.
She is sitting there doing the tail squishy. It is those tail swishies are big. It is very happy monkey squiggle.
Squiggly monkey.
Yes. And she knows the logical thing is if she wants to investigate, she has to come inside. And she doesn't want to just kick in the door because that's rude. And she has manners. She promises she does have manners somewhere in her.
Since when?
She's had it a couple of times. She could have manners. She just. It's like Lucille with the brain cells. Lynn just goes, I could have manners. What's up, motherpeckers? Instead, she's just like, okay, I'm not just going to break into someone's place, investigate their walls, and then sit on their bedside table and watch them sleep. That is weird. So I'm just going to knock very insistently on this window.
God, let me roll perception for this bird.
There are a few bits every now and then where it sounds, you know, like a snare drum with the special almost brush-like appendage that you can use for the drumstick. Her tail hitting the window every now and then is adding that to the knocking.
Yeah, she definitely hears that. And fun fact, she wasn't asleep. She was just kind of vibing in her nest. And you see that. You see just kind of. You see very much. Like, first you see her wings just kind of flop up over the edge of that blanket nest, and then peek, and then hop out of bed, trudge over to the window, or trudge over to the door, and just kind of shielding her eyes a little bit, because ow, light.
Lynn is still absolutely doing the. Even though she can see Lethe now, she is smiling at Lethe, waving with her free hand, still knocking.
I see you. I see you. 1 second. What? One second. 1 second. 1 second, Your Radiance. And she just pauses and click and slides the door open and just hello. Hello. What brings you by?
TikTok! Hi! I
Hi.
missed you. Lynn did throw her arms up in the air in the hi! And yeah, you're getting scooped into a hug because I missed you.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hey, kiddo.
Hello.
How's my favorite TikTok niece? Eh?
Uh, I'm good. Hello.
Hello, hi. And yeah, you are gonna get scooped, and that's normally an athletics role. Yeah, you're light, kid.
Yeah, she's got hollow fucking bones.
Yeah,
She's liftable.
yeah, you're light, kid.
Scoop.
You are getting scooped, and it's not a chaotic pickup. It's full of Lin energy, but it is still gentle. He is picking you up in the this is bird scoop hug, not I am going to shake the shit out of you.
Yeah, there's the little bit of a startle. Like, a couple of the extra eye spots on Lethe's wings do just pop open for a moment, but they very quickly calm back down, and she's just, oh, hello, good afternoon, morning, what time is it?
Hang on. My sleeping schedule is picked, not for any bad reasons, just because I'm Quill. And she does just gently put you down and then just jump out onto the balcony again and just look out at the sky and go, it's God, it's dim. It's autumnal. I think it's afternoon. No, no, wait, no. Morning. No, afternoon. God, my scheduling is picked. That was the wrong thing I was looking at. Yeah, afternoon.
Right. Well, time's fake anyway. Would you like to come inside?
Yes, I would. I bring feasts. I bring feasts from the Ghost Host Cafe.
And I am going to have Lethe, uh, roll intelligence check to see if she can, nail down the fact that, okay, I was dreaming.
Yeah, Linda's definitely rolling off the nat 20 stuff. Just being called her radiance was very much a. Okay, is this a sarcasm thing or is this something else? I don't know.
You can roll insight.
I shall roll insight. Lynn, what is your insight for this? 19.
And Lethe, did actually manage to roll well enough to realize, oh, okay, Ghost Host Cafe. I'm in canon now.
That
With
is definitely a good way of putting it. God bless her.
with that 19, Lynn, you know Lethe, and you know Lethe's kind of been acting a little off since she got back from the manor, basically. I don't know if Gregory and Lynn talked about what happened with the whole call and answer FPS, the whole barn shenaniganery. Shenaniganery.
Banana,
Um,
banana, 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 banana.
banana, 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 banana,
Oh,
banana, banana, banana.
we're gonna start that stim war again, I swear to God.
I don't know if Gregory would have told Lynn about that, but yeah, Lethe's been acting a little odd since she got back. Just kind of noticeably kind of out of it, on some days. And when you got here, and specifically when she used the term your radiance, she was out of it. But you mentioned the Ghost Host Cafe, and she kind of blinks, and suddenly you it's almost like flipping a switch. You very much have gone from Lethe is out of it and isn't quite aware of where she is to, okay, she is fully in the room right now.
Lynn is very much making a note of this. She's concerned, but There's been enough time that she trusts Raph will have noticed, and the spooks when Lynn or when Lethe was there would have noticed. So it's just right. She knows stuff that works on this. So when Lethe's ready, if Lethe ever wants to talk to her about this, she can, but she'll help to keep her in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Makes sense.
she's seen something that works, and she's not exactly gonna go, "Hey kid, what the peck is up with you, and why are you so out of it? Also, what's the radiance?" No, she's got a bit more tact than that.
Little more tact than a brick in a tumble dryer.
Oh, I love that phrase. I love that phrase now. Yeah, she's both a sledgehammer and a chisel, and she knows when sometimes neither are needed. It's you have to wait.
Mm-hmm. And this might be a waiting moment because Lethe doesn't seem inclined to elaborate on anything, but she has sort of invited you inside.
There is Happy Monkey absolutely just walking in, doing the big steppies.
Them boots are made for walking, and that's just what they do.
Yes, she is absolutely wearing the boots just to get that extra bit of height.
That's actually something you might notice, Lynn. Um, Lethe hasn't worn her boots since she got back.
My tiny small child
I'm still
with
taller
their
than you.
shush, small child, tiny small child.
I'm only 5 foot. That's still
Precious,
reasonably tall by Toon standards.
precious baby,
I'm not.
wonderful girl. You are the perfect size to be held, as I have already shown.
You just get a very disgruntled caw.
Right back. You want to fight me on this? Fine, I'll see you in a court of law. Bird law.
I'm a
Also,
professional. Excuse you, I will win that case.
very true. However, I can drag it out. You know me. You know me. You've met me. I am a golden menace. I can and will pull every trick in the book to drag out a court case so long the judge just goes, "Oh, for hell's sake."
Do not make me try to beat my father's filibuster record.
Oh. Oh. Real kind filibuster. Okay. How long? How long? How long? How long?
I'm not telling.
Oh, you mother pecker. Fine. Well then, you're not getting this mint julep. I've been insulted. I am affronted. You're keeping secrets. You're keeping secrets from your beloved monkey.
I
Look at
keep
this thing.
secrets from everyone. You're not special.
You got me there, and I keep secrets from everyone as well. We are we are entitled to our secrets. It's, we can talk about them when we see fit, but if we need to keep them, we can keep them.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your secrets, crow girl. Meanwhile, I have this mint thing. And she's pulled it out of her coat and she's just given it a very curious sniff.
And Lethe will kind of chuckle and she will pause by kind of the desk that's in her hotel room, pick that up, or no, not pick up the desk. There is a
Pick up the
note.
desk.
No, there is a notebook on the desk, um, which rolling off of your, nat 20 from earlier, when she picks it up, you can see that there's kind of a design on the front of a gilded laurel wreath.
Ooh.
And she kind of picks that up and then just kind of clumsily flops into her nest.
Bird down! Bird down! Lynn is just Lynn's just scooting around the edge of the nest, just getting up close to her head, and then just ah, ah.
Lethe just pops back up after a moment and just says, "There's just really no elegant way to do that, so sploot."
You know what? Sploot makes sense. Sploot suits you. It is, quite frankly, you do it very well, impeccably.
Why, thank you. It's a honed skill. And she just kind of like primly adjusts her wings around herself so she's sitting kind of elegantly. Um, Pops that journal open in her lap and starts doodling.
God's bless. All right. While you doodle, I got this mint julep. I got these pastry things, and I did have ones for me, but I ate them.
Goodness. Lynn, hang on a tick. Um, and
In pulling, I had a cookie, but I ate it.
I had a cookie, but I ate it. Uh, okay, D10. That's a 9, yeah.
Ooh.
Lethe reaches into hammer space and she's going to pull out a basket full of bread rolls and she's going to offer Lynn a roll.
Ooh. Gimme. Grabs one. Immediate munch.
It's a very good, very tasty, somehow still warm from the oven, fresh baked sourdough roll.
She does not. There are many things in this world that Lynn contemplates. The wonders of food in hammer space are not one of them. She has been able to bap her brain on the head of just no. Some things are not meant to be solved.
Some things are just meant to be appreciated.
Yes. And she's just there. And after one, like, she's happily just monkey crouched there, just goes, you're eating your veggies as well. You're not just eating all bread, all right? Are you
Of
eating your chili?
course. Of course, Lynn.
Very good. You are my wonderful niece. You are my fabulous TikTok. You are a crow picnic. I do not want you getting angel wing or any such things.
I can indulge in tasty bread without ruining my diet.
Very true. We
I'm
love to see it.
I'm a responsible bird, but also bread tasty.
Bread is very peckin' tasty. I'll make more homemade bread for you. I make bread every couple of days. I'm gonna make more bread for you. It's gonna be ooh. Hey kid.
Hmm.
Bread bowl chili.
There is the sparkle eyes.
Oh, I am definitely peckin' making that for you now. It's too late. It's sealed. It's sealed in my mind vault.
I mean, I'm
Is
not
it?
going to complain. Soup in a bread bowl is delicious.
Yes. All right. It is pinned. It is pinned in my mind. I have case boards and case files in my mind and in network. And there is one for you, my wonderful darling Lethe. It's pinned on that one. But speaking of the wonderful border Lethe, how you doing, kiddo, eh?
I'm surviving. I'm alive.
Mm-hmm. You thriving?
I'm working on that.
Very good. And going to therapy and that sort of shit?
Of course. Every Thursday.
Taking fantastic. And I know Asclepius already handled all the pecking shit, and you've been having good times with your dad and all
Hmm.
that stuff. I've been keeping mild tabs. I promise I haven't been stalking. I just happen to hear things.
You know what? I think after everything that happened, a little stalking is justified.
Taking fantastic. I promise I will not ever intrude too far. I know how to have my limits. I've been doing my best.
Understandable. And honestly, I don't begrudge you any paranoia. I am concerned for you if you get too paranoid, but I did just walk myself into a kidnapping and disappear off the face of the earth for 2 months, so that's
Yabba.
my bad.
Yeah, you're full on getting like Lynn's got the bread roll, like the quarter of a bread roll that is left in one hand, and is gesturing at you with her other one, literally going, yeah, ba 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 ba. You did not walk into it. Kidnappings are crazy pecking things, and they can happen to anyone. It happened to you, and it was devastating, but look at me, it's not your fault.
I'm not saying it is, Lynn. I'm just saying that I walked my happy ass right into that situation.
Mm.
Facts are facts.
Facts and facts. Facts can also be bullshit. Remember that.
I know that. I make a living off of that.
Indeed, so do I in a completely different vein. Munch.
Munch, munch, munch.
I am now bereft of bread rolls. Alas, alas, and alas.
Lethe will offer Lynn the basket again, taking a bread roll for herself.
Lynn absolutely takes one. Just she did do the full dramatic arms out either side of her, looking at the heavens. Woe is me, I am breadless. She's taken another bread roll.
And Lethe's just gonna laugh and just kind of raise an eyebrow at Lynn and just. So are you going to perch there on the edge of the nest all day, or are you actually going to come and sit in the nest like a civilized person?
I am plenty civilized, I'll have you know. I have had. I am classically trained.
Classically
Oh,
trained in what?
many things. I am very educated.
Ah, yes, you have a solid edumacation.
Exactly. I also have a dear friend who is a butler who took one look at me at one stage and hit me with a newspaper until I did some manners training.
I approve.
Indeed.
We'll have to
I've
whap
also
you with the newspaper until you learn how to do fucking courtroom etiquette.
excuse you. You don't need to bash me with a peg newspaper. I know what to do in a courtroom. Sometimes it's just more fun to do other things.
Then please, the amount of times you have almost lost me a case.
Listen. They were
Stop
all
swearing at the judge.
Listen, if the judge is gonna be a bitch ass mother pecker, we're gonna call him out on that shit.
Unfortunately, our ability to protect the people that are our clients relies on our ability to get through to that bitch ass mother pecker, and if we call him a bitch ass mother pecker to his face, we're not going to be able to do that.
Well, what if the bitch ass mother pecker was the one who did the crime? Then we get him. Perfectly fine.
If the
I know what
judge
I'm
is
doing.
if the judge is the one who committed the crime, we have a much bigger problem.
Yes, as we learned. But everything's fine now. Besides, I can do other things. I shall find new ways to be interesting in court.
Then, stagehand, you put the fear of God into me.
Good! Keeps things entertaining. And sometimes you just gotta punch a god in the face. Call him a coward. Have fun with it.
Why do I feel like you speak from experience?
Lethe, you are getting a look from Lynn, which basically is the shrug of life happens.
And Lethe just groans and flops back in her nest, and you just hear the grumbled mutter of every fucking timeline.
Eh? Eh? Yes?
She doesn't fucking elaborate.
Yeah, you've got a monkey full on just leaning over and just look, look, okay? Okay? What?
I'm
Okay?
alive.
You're alive and you speak in riddles.
Well, just look who I've got for role models. I've got to learn to be a bit cryptic someday.
Indeed. You've got a very nice lawyer for a dad. And you got me, the cryptid. You got cryptic and cryptid. Oh.
I'm learning from the best.
That you're picking on, my fabulous kiddo. You're getting a hair ruffle at that.
And she kind of laughs, and her hair's actually hard to ruffle because it's pulled up into a very tight ponytail right now.
Hmm? Huh. And she does just like give a full on just like a hand, just you know how you spread your fingers? Just, she's doing that on the hair, just pretty tight, kiddo. Trying out a new design hairstyle?
Just trying to keep it off my neck, honestly.
Oh,
Mm.
ah, did it bother you?
Mm. And she kind of hums, and you can roll insight as she's kind of trying to figure out her words.
That is a 21.
Yeah, it bothers her a lot. And she actually kind of figures out her words after a moment and says, "Uh, When I was with Matthias, troll,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. God, it feels weird to refer to them as that. Um, when I was with them, um, I was very sick, and sick means I had a fever all of the time, and I was always sweaty and tired, and my hair kept sticking to my skin and my neck, and ugh, and I'm just trying to avoid that feeling. It's ugh.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of groans.
I, I get it, TikTok. It's Do you want to roll insight yourself, Lethe?
Absolutely, that's like the one thing I made her super fucking good at.
Mm-hmm. If you roll badly, no, you don't. We'll roll with advantage.
That's a nat 20. Give me your secrets, monkey.
Oh, hell yeah. Lethe, as you're looking back at Lynn, Lynn has the most gentle and understanding look on her face. Like, straight up, as you're looking at her, the way her eyes soften, it is full of love and understanding and very, very direct understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Different circumstances, but she gets it. I mean, when you first met Lynn, she used to have a little bandana that was around her neck.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't wear that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And she just go, yeah. When when I went through my stuff, and she's got her left hand literally back, and you know when you brush through your hair and you can get your braid to literally just follow your hand as you move it?
Mm-hmm.
She's doing that, and she just goes, with some certain events, I also don't like my hair down. Mine is for different reasons, but there's a reason why you'll never see me without a braid in.
Please tell me you at least wash it.
Oh, I pick and wash it, yeah. Showers are a bit difficult nowadays, but I've made it work. And hey, Rai helps me every morning with it. It's great.
Oh, that's
It's
sweet.
Mhm. And so, if your hairstyle is giving you difficulty, how about redesigning it? And hey, I kept my hair short as pick for 5 years. I know how to cut.
Honestly, do you mind helping me hack all of it off?
Of course! It's better we do it together than you, I don't know, pull one of the things. I've seen it way too many times in certain places where they just go at it with a kitchen knife. Ridiculous. Don't do it.
I'm not cutting my hair off with a fucking dagger. I'm not that dramatic.
Good. That is the kind of tropes we are trying to avoid. All right, you got a
That's
bathroom?
that's the kind of trope that leads to downward spirals. Yeah, bathroom's where it's always been.
All right. Ah, yes, I remember because you crashed into it when I thought you had a therapy crawl.
God, you're never going to let me live that down, are you?
No, no, I'm not. You're adorable and precious, and I hold all of these stories very dear to my heart. All right, now time to pick up the bird
Oh dear.
and and prove you are the perfect size for holding. Observe.
And Lethe is probably just straight up scooped.
Yes, you are scooped. It is just. Lynn does take a moment, and it is very much she's judging your reaction for. Are you genuinely okay with her picking you up? And if you are, she will commit to the bit. If not, she would have done like a dramatic bow and held out her hand so you could get up.
Yeah, no, Lethe is fine with being scooped.
Yeah. Bird is scoop.
Scoop the bird.
The
Lift.
bird. I lift the pecking bird. See the bird. Wonderful and full of bread. Precious. So small. So tiny.
I am still taller than you.
Would you like me to change that?
I already lost a full foot of height to the thrall. I am not losing any more.
Perfectly valid. Oh, I know. Army of kneecaps. And she's walking with you now. She is walking with you cradled, just like, if I steal enough mother pecking bastards' kneecaps, I can make a throne, and then I can sit on the throne, and then I will be taller.
Why are you like this?
Life, trauma, chaos, and everything in between, my dear. Elementary, my dear Lethe.
And she just sighs and just kind of flops.
I have achieved bird flop. Look, and she is just like, once she gets in the bathroom, just before she puts you on the stool, just sways with you in place, just perfect floop.
I mean, I do note that Lethe's head does the same thing that a bird's does, where if you move the body, the head will try to stay in the same place.
Okay, you have the bit where Lynn is just watching that, and she is watching it, and then she just starts doing it more to see just that. Oh, that is interesting.
Lethe doesn't even seem to realize it's happening. She's just very confused as to why Lynn is wiggling her.
Your best quality, your wiggles. Alright, let's set you down. Set you down nice and comfy. And Lynn does just like, she puts you down in the comfiest place. And then she just holds still.
Hey,
And...
real quick.
Yeah?
There's something Lynn might notice that's off in the bathroom.
Oh?
Um... So the bathroom is a hotel room bathroom, which means it has kind of, it has the closed off area with the, bathtub and toilet and whatnot, and then it has the vanity area where you have a counter, and you have the sink, and, you have an ironing board somewhere over there, and you're supposed to have a mirror. There is a sheet over the mirror. That's new.
She is filing that in her mind as is this another phobia? What would have caused this? What did Thrall do? What did they do? And if I could, I would bite them. She's not saying she's not saying any of this out loud, but there is very much that urge to bite and kill. She knows she would get absolutely mullered for it, but she wants to. Yeah, she's filing this away as a okay. Just like when she was going through her bad phases, just cover the mirrors and then just maybe slowly introduce it again. We'll see. We'll talk to someone about this, how to help.
Mm-hmm.
But then there is the dramatic Lynn just holds still and then just goes, we need supplies. Noom! Bounce, 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 bounce.
I mean, you could probably find, like, scissors and a hair comb and a brush throughout the room. It's not that hard.
No, Lynn knows it's not hard. Lynn is absolutely making a show out of it. Like I'm going to roll her acrobatics to see how well she can pull this off in the we're going to make a show for TikTok. 16 plus 7.
Jesus Christ.
This is our kid who's been through a lot. And she knows sometimes it's good to have one good day. One day that's warm and good and soft and full of laughter, and she's going to give that.
Yeah, you have Lethe just fucking giggling at this point.
Over here, over here, over here, new boing. She is bouncing off walls. She is doing little flips. She's specifically avoiding all the places that the drawings and such are.
Mm-hmm.
But she's absolutely doing bounces, doing little kick flips. Full on, just this is a stagehand putting on a show.
And
And,
Lethe is just giggling and not silently, just quietly applauding.
and at the end, she has got the brush, she's got the comb, she's got the scissors, she's got several other things in her hands that she needs, probably a little hairdryer as well, and she just
Mm-hmm.
comes down in front of Lethe and then does the dramatic bow.
You get the dramatic applause, the 10 out of 10 sign held up. You just incredible, wonderful, show-stopping, amazing.
I thank you, I thank you. I'm here all week. Well, technically, I'm in this town all my life now. It's great. I love this town. Thank you very much. Good night. And now for my next trick, bird grooming.
Oh dear.
No, no, no. Oh dear. I am very good at this. Quite frankly, I am genuinely. Look at this face, and she is actually just, while she's still joking, there is a look of absolute surety to her eyes. She just goes, I am very good at doing this. I'm good at hair.
I mean, I should hope so. You have more of it than any person I've ever seen.
Yes, I peckin' well do. You have any, literally, Lethe, you know the cantrip spell that can make things soiled or clean or that sort of thing.
Prestidigitation, my dear.
That's the feckin' bitch. That spell, I can have that cast on me when I am actually soaking wet, and it takes 3 tries for me to dry.
Goodness.
What's that 3? Exactly. It's impressive. This is fluff. I've been told it's a bit like a chinchilla, which is saying something, seeing as I'm a monkey.
It just means that your fur is hydrophobic. That makes sense.
Yes. It is peckin' fantastic, though. It is so fluffy. Now, and she's getting up on the counter, and she's, like, draping a blanket around Lethe's shoulders, just, you got any ideas what you're thinking about? I know you said don't crop it. Well, basically, we're going for not around your neck, probably not around your face, because that's normally where it clings and such.
Yeah.
Either.
Preferably not able to hang in my face or my eyes.
Right, I can work with that. I can work with that.
And she does kind of pause, and I'm going to have her roll hammer space. Yep, that works. She rolled hammer space, and I'm going to actually have her roll one more thing.
Oh.
Which one is that? That is. Oh, that's fucking perfect. Oh, that's soft.
Oh.
So she reaches into hammer space and she pulls out this leather bound journal that's similar to the one with the golden laurel wreath on it from um that she was doodling in while she was in bed. Um but this one instead, uh I don't know what it would look like, but I'm pretty sure Halloween Town does have like an official town seal or crest or something.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's on the Inkwell map and that sort of stuff. It's cool. I love it.
Mhm. It has like an official symbol, and that is embossed into the front, along with more of that dots and lines and loops echo language that seems to be listing out some sort of title.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Lethe kind of pauses and flips that book open and sort of pages through it a bit. Um, because, as you do. Um, and then, hang on. Um, Eventually, she finds a page, um, which is almost kind of a self portrait. Um, it's basically a doodle of a different version of Lethe, one with very, very short hair that kind of swoops up at the ends, creating almost kind of a. Well, it's funny. You know the term winged bob when it comes to hairstyles? It's basically that.
Oh, I love it. I love her. Just and Lynn is gonna like lean over her and just go, yeah, yeah, I can replicate that. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna look peckin' fabulous on your kiddo.
I.
Beautiful sketch.
Thank you. I've gotten better at these over the past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I'll do that for you. And in fact, actually, Lynn will just go, question. Is there anywhere you don't like me or don't want me to touch? I can work around things surprisingly well.
Um, Not that I know of. I mean, obviously, and she does kind of, because she is, in her PJs, which means, at most in terms of shirts and whatnot, she's got maybe a sports bra on. Because shirts suck. Shirts suck when you have wings.
Lynn voice, shirt suck in general, go naked.
Yeah, and she does kind of just tap the spots on her arms where basically the flesh meets the porcelain of her arms. Because that is always going to be kind of a sensitive area because, haha, those designs don't like each other. It's fine.
Mm. Yeah, Lynn gets that. Lynn gets that more than she'll ever say. Just, okay,
But
well, I'll definitely.
that shouldn't be too much of a problem with, hairstyling. That's just a, don't grab and squeeze my arms at that specific point, please.
I will make a note of it so that I never touch it when we do hugs. Thank you for letting me know. All right. If at any point you need me to if you need a break, if things get too much, if you find something uncomfortable, let me know.
Mhm.
Literally, let me know. We can work around shit. All right?
All right.
Okay, peck and dokies. And she gets started on it, and as she's going, it's just I found that this is both therapeutic and can sometimes be boring as peck, especially I gesture at myself. Grooming when I was little was something.
I can
We had
imagine.
it was chaos. It was utter chaos.
I,
Especially after the time I had half my fur burned off. That
Oh
was fun.
good. Oh goodness.
That was definitely one case. It was fun. I caused a minor scandal, just strutting around. But but we're not talking about me. Although we could. One thing that I think would be quite interesting is I see, and she's started brushing the hair and sorting it out, segmenting it, and that sort of stuff. Just
Mm-hmm.
why don't you tell me about Echo? Seeing as I've seen you've certainly picked and developed it. Come on, want to tell a monkey your secrets? I wish to learn their language.
Well, it's not much of a secret. It's just I finally figured out what proper handwriting looks like.
And you're picking fantastic, and I love you. So you've broken Echo down into a full written format?
Sort of. It's more that I figured out the patterns in my usual scribbles. Um, and she kind of wrinkles her nose at the notion of scribbles.
Ain't scribbles. Art.
No, no, I mean the. And she does like the squiggly gesture with her hand to represent her old handwriting.
Ah, yes, it's sharpened up. Very impressive. We love to see it.
I noticed that there were patterns that were easier to follow when writing and just sort of honed it down from there and eventually figured out what works best in terms of how to write it.
Nice. And I see you've full on done it. I've noticed on the walls there were dots, black dots, red dots, green, gold, that sort of thing.
Right,
That all makes sense into it?
mm-hmm. Uh, colorful dots. Colorful dots are names, people. Black dots are solid concepts. Consider them, I don't know, the equivalent to proper nouns, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Except sometimes they're also verbs and sometimes they're also collections of adjectives. It's complicated.
Languages are complicated. I should know. I know multiple different forms. And I have mixed multiple forms. I was trilingual when I was growing up.
Goodness.
You should have heard my sentences. I used giant grammar for Grolix.
Oh, goodness. You were utterly incomprehensible.
It was my own secret tongue.
You should have kept it and taught it to your informant network.
How do you know I haven't?
Well, I don't remember you having done so, but I could be remembering wrong.
I have many secrets and many talents. And also those bastards end up speaking in Goblin and Abyssal. And Infernal. I don't know where Jeeves picked up Infernal from.
I mean,
I know
Jeeves is a butler.
he is.
Do you
And
not know, dear. Do you not know, dear Lynn? 90% of butlers come directly from hell.
Jeeves is a saint and I shall not accept such slander. And she is bapping you with the brush. It is a gentle bap, bap, bap.
You do not have to be a bad person to come directly from hell. Some spirits come directly from hell. That doesn't make
Very
them bad, it just makes them complicated. Bound
you are
by
getting
complex rules of contract and manners and aesthetic and whatnot and what have you.
you've got full on a monkey leaning on your shoulder now, gesturing, going, "You have got me dead to rights. I am undone. I have been marked again by my hubris. I must go to the library and learn many more things on manners, on culture. Actually, I do actually want to go to the library more because heck, there is so much out there. I mean, there are demons, and there are devils, and there are spirits, and I'm gonna learn so much more about spirits. And there's undead. You know, you can be born undead here. Fucking confusing.
Yes, I know, one of my best friends is born undead.
I know. It's confusing. Like I'm 90. I don't know whether like Ro as a vampire whether he got turned or whether he was born that way, and I'm not going to ask because that would be incredibly rude. But I know Jacques is undead, living, pecking shit. Everything happens all of the time. I am a very confused monkey who is learning things all of the time. I know more than I let on.
Gods, and Lethe just laughs and says, "Well, I would recommend the experience of eating a whole library, but no, I wouldn't."
Yeah, no, that's not a good one. Mixing ink, that's another way that you don't want to learn these things. Anyway, snippy snippy. As she just vanishes off doing the shoulder, and there is the gentle snip, 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 snip.
Snip,
Just,
snip, 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 snip.
there's this. You've got the most gentle monkey paws running through your hair. And just, there is the paws, there is a comb, there is the brush, and then there is that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
she is so unbelievably gentle as she's just combing her hands through and just doing the snip snips. And she just goes, and I saw you have this diary here and the other one in the other room. And you've got all your walls. Your walls are looking fabulous. Your picking illustrations have really come on. It's
Thank you.
you'll meet. You'll meet at some stage. I'm taking you out. We're gonna go around town because I gotta admit I like doing it from time to time when things get rough, or just in general. It's nice to just sit down somewhere and take a still life, or a person, or a bird. I've got some good sketches of some nests. But yeah, it's. I'll take you out sometime. But come on, there's every for every sketchbook. There's always a story. Eh? Want to talk about it?
Every sketchbook a story. You have no idea. There is a certain edge to that laugh. You can roll insight on that if you want to.
Yep, she is going to because this is the monkey.
This is Paranoia Monkey.
This is Paranoia Monkey. This is Paranoia Monkey who is seeing a lot of things that are going, parallels? Parallels? Okay. That is another 19.
Yeah, so you don't know exactly what's going on because, it's not a nat 20, but that's still a
Mm-hmm.
19. Lynn, you hear the kind of serrated edge to that laughter. Just every sketchbook has a story. Yeah, no fucking kidding.
I'm going to roll her a deception, not in a bad way, just as a, hmm, hmm. On the plus side, there isn't a mirror, so it's not as though she's just like looking through stuff. Just, yeah, you're not gonna see through that.
No, probably
I
not.
don't I physically don't think you have the ability to roll a 29.
Nope. I have a +7 to insight.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Lynn's taking all of this in, and Lynn's just like, hey, should I look through the sketchbook? I'm not going to look through the sketchbooks because that would be impolite and rude. If they happen to be open, I have thoughts. I have questions. I will let the child come to me.
Hmm. I actually am gonna roll insight on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
22.
What specific bit were you looking into on that one?
Lethe knows she kind of occasionally has reactions that get the wrong impression, and she's trying to tell if she has to clarify something or explain if like maybe she should explain something if she's freaked Lynn out a bit. She's worried.
She can tell. Lynn is curious. There is the way that her tail, in fact, there is the way that Lynn's tail hasn't curled around her leg. It has curled around Lethe
Mm-hmm.
in a desire to protect sort of way. She's not freaked out per se, but she is. It's not to the point of smothering, but it is that quiet concern of this is someone who loves you. And
Mhm.
yeah, clarifying would be good, but you can also tell that you're not obligated to.
Mhm.
This is Lynn in auntie mode. This is you can tell her things if you want to, but you don't have to feel obligated to. She's
Mhm.
in a pretty good mental headspace, honestly.
Mhm. And Lethe does appreciate that. And the thing about Lethologica Beckford and her myriad of secrets is she doesn't keep them on purpose. She doesn't keep things secret because she intends to hide them. She keeps them secret almost entirely on accident.
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't think to mention things, and if she sees that something needs clarification, she will explain herself. She's not great at it, but she kind of sighs and fiddles with a bookmark that's kind of hanging out of the pages of that one notebook. And she hums and she says, I don't exactly know how I would explain it, but if you have questions, you're welcome to ask.
And she, sorry, you go.
I can't promise satisfying answers, but I'll try my best.
You're the best TikTok. And you are getting like a little nudge to the nudge to the temple as she's giving you a gentle headbutt to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Just- I guess the main thing is, hmm, well, I know you're already in therapy, so you're already talking to folks, and I know that sketching things out can be important. It's something I do for for a lot of reasons that I won't elaborate on, but I've I've got some pretty thick sketchbooks and a pretty heavy caseboard.
Mm.
But if you're doing a lot of sketches in these books, just the way you reacted, I saw, but you doing okay?
Mm. And she kind of hums and sighs and tries to think of the best way to explain it and eventually just settles on when you got here today. I wasn't aware of where I was. I thought I was somewhere, somewhen else. I I thought I was someone else, a different version of me who I am sometimes in my sleep. I'm a lot of different people when I sleep. Uh, I it's something I picked up while while I was in the process of eating an entire library. um,
Mm-hmm.
when when I go to sleep, I don't dream normally. I've never been a peaceful dreamer. I fucking hell, the first few months of my life, I had terrible nightmares, and it took talking to Sammy about it to realize that that isn't fucking normal.
Yeah.
Waking
Yeah.
up screaming or throwing up or in agony is not normal, as a matter of fact, and that was news to me.
Yeah, it was your entire normal, and that's understandable and concerning.
Whiteout will fuck anyone up, but
But we'll circle back to that one on another day.
but I've never been a peaceful dreamer, and I've always been a very vivid dreamer. And when I was. And she kind of fiddles with. Um. Okay, warning, I guess, for slight body horror. Um. Lethe kind of sticks her fingers in the joint of her wrist and pulls out sort of a golden cord and fiddles with it, um, kind of essentially forcing her fingers to contract in sort of a rhythm.
Okay. Lynn will just go, okay, straight up before we go anywhere. Is that in any way hurting you? And she's just gonna lean over Lethe and just very gently point out that, because it's just like, if this is a self-destructive behavior, I am going to stop this now.
No, no, it. I can't feel anything in my hands. No.
Ah, same hat.
Yeah, we have a lot more parallels than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there is a certain amount of knowledge behind that statement.
Yeah, you're getting a straight up side eye, especially as Lynn doesn't really talk about how numb her right hand is. It's just, you are just getting a straight up side eye.
Um, Lethe does just kind of continue fiddling with these, and up close you can tell that those aren't just strings. Those kind of look like veins, which is a little concerning, but she explains that she doesn't feel anything in them. This is just kind of a stim that helps her ground herself because she's controlling the movement of her fingers manually.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright. I'll remember that.
Um, but when I was with when I was in Thrall's Manor and their archive, and I was in the process of eating an entire library. I'm keeping that description. I like that description. It makes it sound funnier.
Yeah, quite frankly, I get that.
It
Find
makes
your
it
humor where you can get it.
it makes it sound funny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I was in the process of eating their entire library, the vivid dreams got worse. They got they got a lot worse. Um, they got a lot worse. I
Understandable, honestly.
there are there are 20 variations that I can tell. There are 20
Mm.
variations that I've listed so far. Um, as far as I can tell, they're based on different different information that I've absorbed or stimuli that I've been exposed to. Um, some of it
And
some of it
so
is knowledge, but some of it is memory.
I see. And it's your brain trying to process it.
Pretty much, yeah. It it took the books and scrolls and notes and all manner of artifacts that they had me analyzing for them, and it arranged that knowledge into something I could understand. Something that made more sense. A way to process information. I know a lot of things that I shouldn't.
Lethe, what's your passive?
Perception or insight?
Uh, both? Let's go both.
Passive perception is 17, and I actually think perception and insight are the same thing, so passive insight would probably also be a 17?
Lethe, with that final line. Oh, there is such understanding in Lynn's look. There is something incredibly, infinitely, deeply understanding. Yeah, I get that, kiddo. I get that.
And Lethe does kind of just wilt a bit at that, because, yeah, she knows you do. She's
Lynn,
kind.
Lynn looks quite old in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn looks quite old.
I. I have seen. I have seen worlds where the creature that tormented you won long before you existed.
I am going to have to roll in a deception at that.
And she.
Yeah, you are not going to see through her sudden, intense reaction at that.
Mm-hmm. And Lethe kind of says, "We do eventually defeat them, but it takes a good bit longer, and the recovery arc is a good bit steeper. I've seen worlds where the seven of us are.
Wait, 7?
There are seven. There are.
Wait,
There are seven." And she kind of. There is almost a sickness to that look of just. There are seven. And she kind of mutters something about. It's always the same seven. It doesn't matter which way we turn it, doesn't matter who's who, what's doing what's the difference in the universe. It doesn't matter if we're in the Colosseum or in the town or in. It doesn't matter where we are, there's always seven of us.
Lethe, over all this, Lynn has been snipping and grooming your hair, and it is done. It's
Mm-hmm.
been done for a while. She's just been running her hands through your hair periodically, just basically letting you talk this stuff out. Lynn is just nodding now. Just you cannot see through it because of just how high Lynn rolled. Internally, oh gods. But she does in the end just wrap you up in a hug around your shoulders and just go. And I actually have to roll to see whether she can speak right now, actually.
This was supposed to be fluffy!
Yes, we are getting. She got a 19. She can speak. You are getting wrapped up in the softest monkey aunt hug that she can give in this moment. And there is the smell of pumpkin spice in the air as she very much just drives it home a bit. You don't have to tell me everything now. Thank you for telling me this much. Thank you for sharing this with me. I am honored to know these things, to know that you trust me this much.
I don't want to scare you. That's. I know you well enough. I. And there's kind of a hysterical laugh, and she just says something that is a little nonsensical, but there is a ring of truth behind that word, and just these words as she says, "I know you because I've been you, and I know the worst thing I could possibly do is try to keep secrets. Because that would inevitably make you imagine the worst case scenario. I don't want to send you catastrophizing, so I will say this. I've seen horrible things. In my dreams, I live lifetimes. Some are wonderful. And she kind of smiles and holds up the journal she had that had the doodle of the hairstyle she had you cut for her. Some of them are wonderful. Some of them are delightfully pleasant. Some of them are true happily ever afters. Others are dramatic adventures. Some of them are a little more nightmarish, but even though sometimes I'm not fully aware of where I am when I wake up, I I've been finding ways to ground myself. And she kind of does. She reaches for her neck at that point and kind of pulls out on a black ribbon a silver ring, which she kind of rolls around between her fingers. I've found my ways to handle things, and I I'm not perfect. I'm not all right. I'm not firing on all cylinders, if we're being perfectly honest, but I am getting better, and I am coping with it, and I'm working on it. The journals are one way, the process of elimination is another. The the mental sorting of information is another way, and eventually I can only hope that when I meet the rest of the seven, I don't make too much of a horror story of myself by terrifying them by knowing them before we've met. And she kind of laughs at that.
You're one of them. We'll find the others. We'll handle this. You're not alone. I promise.
Lethe just
And
kind of sighs.
Lynn is having many thoughts, especially as she's suddenly ticking through a few things that have been said.
Hmm.
Oh, she's having so many thoughts. And she is not going to say any of them out loud.
And Lethe kind of sighs and just says, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I.
And we don't.
It's been a while since we've just had a nice time to hang out.
And so, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Because fluff, 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 mother pecker. I, she is just like full on, just straight. The two sides of your hair, she is sweeping it into the bob even more. Just, yes.
It does a little bit of the Ghibli floof.
Okay, I'm sorry, kiddo. It just did the floof. I gotta. And you're getting floofed even more.
Floof, 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 floof.
Yes. And then she's kind of halfway over you as she just uses prestidigitation to blow off some of the stuff. Just, she's cleaning you up, and then she's just going, wait, I can smell so much pumpkin spice right now. I'm flooding your bathroom. Pumpkin spice, pumpkin spice, pumpkin spice.
And that does make Lethe laugh, and she just says, hey, and just holds up her hand and snaps her fingers. Um, and a sparkle of glowing gold dust goes through the room, and alongside the scent of pumpkin spice, there is the scent of falling rain over a desert.
Oh, that's a good smell. Oh, that's pecking fantastic. Electrical. Nice. All right.
Monsoons.
Great season. Brings a lot of good life.
Hmm.
Now, I think it is time to scoop a certain bird again. I think I think it is time to go to a nice nest. I think it is time to bundle up in said nest. And then I think it is time to do some fucking preening of your pecking wings.
that that might be advisable. I have not done very well at maintaining these.
Yes. Look me dead in the eye. And Lynn is giving you the look of, I am a monkey who grooms these wings, and look at them.
In my defense, I was bedridden.
Yes, yes. In my defense, well, actually, they were already in a state before then with how you used to shove them under your shirt. On the plus side, you are not wearing a shirt right now.
You'll be
Honestly,
happy
I
to know I
commend you.
can't cover them up anymore.
I have many emotions about it, but also yes, they shall be on show. Are you learning how to fly yet?
I. Mr. Ash has offered to put me in contact with the lichen colony, I believe?
Oh, great! You'll get to know Fee. Fee's great. Fee does the crow stuff, and it's fantastic. I admit, Fee's more Rai's friend than mine. I'm more Katrina. I fight the bear. I fight the bear. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Eventually. Epic eventually. And you are getting scooped up as she is just chanting under her breath. Eventually.
And I think that's a good image to close out on, is just Lynn casually chucking Lethe back into the nest.
Yes. Behold. Yeet!
Yeet the bird!
Yeet the bird. Yeet the bird. Yeet!
But I think that's a good place to. I think that's a good place to stop for now, because we've been going for, I think, an hour and a half.
Yes. It is a good place to end. Just these two. One sploot. One just curled up, and you are going to get the best grooming and stuff until you fall asleep, kiddo. You're getting the good dreams tonight.
Lethe is probably just gonna fucking melt like butter, I'm gonna be honest.
Melt like butter. Full of bread.
Anyway, thank you so much for playing with me. This was delightful. This accidentally went less fluffy than we thought it was, but it was still soft and we love it.
Indeedies.
Thank you everybody for listening. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Good night.